What up, boys and girls? It's me, Stu Lee. Said, oh boy, we've got a week 17 in our hands in the NFL. Normally, this would be the last game of the season. But, well, last game for the regular season. Well, we got another one, which is week 18, because they implemented before the season started. And oh boy, we've got a tight race in our hands. The NFC is mostly cleared up, but the AFC is a dogfight. Literally, every team besides the team that has 6 wins or less have a chance to make the playoffs. The 7 win teams, one loss, they're done. 8 win teams still in the race, and big games that could decide the factor. But there are at least 3 of them that could make the biggest factor. So what are you waiting for? Let's jump right into the game. The first game we're going to talk about is the Ravens and the Rams. And why is this game important? Well, 2 things. One, this is for to extend their lead for the division for one team, and for the other team, just trying to stay in the thick of things in the playoffs. For the Rams, it's simple. You win the next 2 games, you clinch the NFC West. But lose one of those games, and the Cardinals have a shot. But it's not going to be easy as well. Well, it is going to be easy because the Ravens' defense is depleted with injuries, and the Ravens need this win so bad. They were in first place in Week 13, and since then, with injuries to Lamar Jackson, the Marlon Humphrey out for the season, it's been a downward. And they have not played bad. They came close, but it's just 2 point conversions are good, but maybe sticking it simple would be a great idea. But I'm not going to blame them for going for 2. I mean, you have to go for 2 or else this defense is going to get shredded if this continued on. And we know that Tyler Huntley might start in this game or is out. So this game is huge because if the Ravens win, they stay alive. And so why is this game important? And how can this help for the Ravens? Well, take a look at this next game. This game can help the Ravens. The Bengals are playing against the most improved Kansas City Chiefs defense team. They've won 8 straight after starting 3-4. And what's improved is defense and Patrick Mahomes. The offense was kind of sputtering around during that streak, but came up with some really good games. We all thought, oh, he's going to put up 100, 400 passing yards against the Raiders because he owns them. Well, he did against the Chargers, beat the Steelers. Now he'll go up against the Bengals. So what could this game do for the Ravens? Well, the Bengals, they have the tiebreaker over the Baltimore Ravens because they defeated them twice. If they win here, that's it. They win the AFC North for the first time since 2015. That was when Andy Dalton was the QB and their offense was electrifying with AJ Green, Marvin Jones, and a running back named Jeremy Hill. This one, could be with Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase. I mean, who could have thought a preseason Butterfingers that produced Butterfingers turned into this? Who would have thought? Now, on the other side, the Chiefs, they've already locked up the AFC West. So now they're playing for seeding. Because they have some bodies that they can bring back. And even though this offense isn't what it was like last year, they're still producing points. So this game is huge. Bengals win, that's it. They win the AFC North. Lose, well, this week and next week, Ravens can take it. It's literally going to come down to week 18 if the Bengals lose this week. This game is important for both teams. But before I can talk about this game, Chargers, how do you lose to Houston Texans last week? Houston Texans. I know you didn't have Eckler, you didn't have Guyton, you didn't have Mike Williams, but do you think the Texans had an easy win? They had COVID outbreak players too, and you lose to Davis Mills. Now, I don't know how to say this. The Chargers lose in the most unthinkable way, to be exact. How do you lose to the Texans Well, if you didn't lose to that team, you don't have to worry about this game because these two go back to blown leads, to big game matchups, to games where it comes down to the last play or big mistakes. The most recent one is how the Broncos won the game in Drew Lock's first start when they were called for pass interference on the, well, not Hail Mary attempt, but the big throw attempt before Philip Rivers retired. And then when in just her rookie game, he literally, how do I say this? They literally lose to a last second touchdown. Okay, like, this game is supposed to be an easy dub. But the Chargers don't want to make it easy. So this game is the most important one. Chargers win, they continue the race. Lose, playoff chances go dropping down. For the Broncos, it's not really how do I say this? They're not the best, but they're not the worst. Like, defensively, when they shipped down Von Miller, I thought this was going to be they were going to be not just going for a rebuild, but clearly they are like in the thick of the playoffs. It would be surprised if they make the playoffs, but one thing's for sure, they're trending in the right direction. So, big playoff matchups for both teams. Chargers win to stay in the playoffs. Broncos win to keep their playoff hopes alive. And there you have it. 3 games that could make a big implications for the playoff seeding and trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. But there are several more games out there. I mean, these are not the only 3 games that I told you about. There are several other games, but these 3 are like the most important ones. There are other games that have big implications, and if you think they're important as well, just write it down in the comments and tell me what are the biggest implications we have, similar to the ones I've talked to you about. So, hope you guys enjoy the new year as we're now in 2022, and stay safe, and this is Sulis signing out.